In April 1652, a single Dutch ship sailed into Table Bay and set in motion one of Africa's most consequential colonial stories.
The Dutch East India Company never planned a permanent colony, yet the fertile land and strategic harbor soon made the Cape far more than a way station.
As Dutch farms expanded into Khoikhoi grazing territories, the original inhabitants lost their cattle, their land, and were forced into colonial labor.
By the end of the Dutch period, over 71,000 enslaved people had been brought from Indonesia, Madagascar, India, and East Africa, making the Cape a society built on bondage.
Intermarriage between European settlers, enslaved Asians, and indigenous Africans created entirely new communities, the Cape Coloured and Cape Malay peoples, whose cultures blended languages, faiths, and traditions.
Dutch, German, and French settlers gradually forged a new identity on African soil, speaking Afrikaans, calling themselves Afrikaners, and seeing the Cape as their homeland.
Britain seized the Cape Colony permanently in 1806, bringing new laws, a new language, and a new colonial vision that would clash violently with the established Afrikaner way of life.
When Britain abolished slavery in 1834, over 36,000 enslaved people at the Cape gained their freedom, but Afrikaner farmers, furious at losing their labor force, began planning to live forever.
Beginning in 1836, thousands of Boer families loaded their ox wagons and trekked into the African interior, a mass migration that would bring them into violent conflict with powerful African kingdoms.
The powerful Zulu kingdom, shaped by Shoka's military revolution, stood as the dominant force in southeastern Africa, a formidable challenge to both Boer trekkers and British imperial ambitions.
Britain annexed Natal in 1843, creating a new colony on the southeastern coast, a move that would reshape the entire region and set the stage for decades of conflict.
The Khoikhoi people fought 9 bitter frontier wars against colonial expansion, among the longest armed resistance campaigns in African colonial history.
The struggles of the Cape Colony and Natal over land, labor, identity, and freedom planted the seeds of apartheid and ultimately of liberation, shaping the South Africa the world knows today.
This lesson is part of the UNESCO General History of Africa curriculum library at ashaware.com, where Africa's story is told by Africa.